In this video, you will learn more about the types of graphs. And I'm going to put these in the graphic organizers section. If you've watched the assembly video, you should have your 6 pieces cut out from your memory pieces kit. So those should be ready to go. If you haven't done that yet, go ahead and stop this video and watch that assembly video first. So moving to the graphic organizer section, if we just scroll back through some of the graphs we've already done, and then we're up to this particular one. So I want you to find the piece that is the tally table. It looks like this, and it's folded, so you can go ahead and open it up so that you're looking at the inside of the piece. And you see a graph space, and then there's a white space on this side that we'll be filling some information in. Okay, and I've just made notes for myself up here to help me remember the examples I want to use. I'm going to start with the more basic graphs, and then we'll work up to the more difficult ones. So we're going to build a tally table for this particular data. So I want you to imagine that you are the hiring manager of a company and that you are getting folks back from COVID, you're getting some new employees, and we're going to break those up into groups based on the shifts that they're going to work. So go ahead in this graph space and make yourself a table. Now let's just talk about a table for a second. In a table, rows run left to right. So this is a row. Here is a second row, a third row, 4, 5, 6, and then if we need another one, we can add that. But 6 rows. Okay, and then let's build in some columns. So we're going to put in the first row. Let me go ahead and close off the column, but in this top row, I want you to put groups of new employees. And if you hear the lawnmower, I'm so sorry. I did not know that was happening today, or I would not have started this particular video. I'll listen, and if it's too loud, I will redo the video. Okay, so this is the title of our table. This is not going to be related to the actual data in terms of the tallies. This is the main idea. And if you have a table, a chart, a graph, anything like that, look at your title to get your main idea. Okay, let's put in a line right here. So we'll make a column. Columns are top to bottom. So in this particular column, let's put in the different shifts that we want to add. So in my group of people, I will have some folks who work day shift. And then I will have some who work the night shift. I will have some who work afternoon. And then I will have some, sorry, I can't talk and write, afternoon shift. And then I will have some who are willing to work a split shift. So split shift will be yet another category. And in this last row, I'm going to put the total. All right. So to do a tally table, we're just going to use tally marks. I want to mark in 10 day shift folks. Now do not write this just yet, okay? Just watch what I'm doing, but don't write this down because we're going to change it. So here is a tally mark. It looks like a 1, but it's a tally mark. So I'm going to put 2. Sorry, I don't know what's happening there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now that really doesn't help me because I'm going to have to stop and count all of those, especially if this gets into the hundreds of tally marks. Can you imagine having to count all of those tally marks? So this is what I actually want us to write, and you probably know where I'm going with this if you've seen these before. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can go ahead and write those in, 4 of them. But the 5th one is going to cross diagonally. So that is a group of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this makes it much easier to count my tallies. I can count by 5s instead of having to count every single mark. So there are 10 folks on the day shift, and let's go ahead and put in another column over here and just go ahead and do subtotals. So there are 10 total on the day shift. Okay, on the night shift, I wanted to do 5. So visualize what that will look like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 total on the night shift. 3 people are working the afternoon. And then 2 people are willing to do that split shift. So I can count this quickly. There's 5, 10, 15, 18, 20. You can count the tallies, or you can add the numbers over here to get 20 total. Now, if you wanted to see the tally marks totaled, you would have 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay. Normally, you will not see this part. I don't know that I've ever seen this in a tally table, but I just put it in there to show you that there are 20 and they're in groups of 5. So 3 of them are grouped in 5, and then those last 5 combine to make that last row of tallies. So this is a tally table. Some examples of questions that you could have about this. Let me just make up. One of the most common that you'll see is how many employees total. And that would be 20. Another question that you might see would be this. How many more, which means subtract, how many more day shift than, that's another word that means subtract, than split shift. So, again, the clues on this question are how many more and also the word than. Those are both telling me to subtract. So you take the day shift crew minus the split shift crew, and the answer to this question would be 8. So they can ask you lots of math questions about this. Let me show you one more. Go ahead and write this in that blank space. Let's say to write an inequality to compare night shift to afternoon. Okay, so we're going to take the night number, which is 5, We're going to take the afternoon number, which is 3. Which of those is more? Which of those is larger? 5 is greater than 3. And that is what we mean by an inequality. And this is a math question, but remember that science and math are brother and sister. They're going to go hand in hand. So when you improve one, you will improve both. And that works both ways with math and science. So this, my friends, is a tally table.